So with Pokemon Home coming out in the next couple of months, there's a lot of excitement behind the returning Pokemon. Everyone is mainly hyped for the new Hisuian Pokemon that are coming out, but I think they forgot about some underrated old threats. Regieleki is confirmed to return in Pokemon Home and will be available to use in competitive Scarlet and Violet. Regieleki now has access to Terablast, and with the ability to terrestrialize into an Ice type, it finally has the coverage it always dreamed of to beat Ground-type Pokemon. Even though this is simply a one-move addition, this completely changes Regieleki and turns it into a top-tier metagame threat. I wanted to discuss this Pokemon and how I think it will totally warp the competitive landscape of Pokemon, and I do predict that Regieleki is going to rise to the top in the Scarlet Violet competitive metagame. So, let's break it down. But before we go any further, folks, a quick message from our beautiful sponsors, aka me. The Agency Winter 2022 collection is only here for a little bit more than one day. That's right, you got less than 36 hours to go ahead and get yourself something nice from the collection. Should it be our amazing graphic crews, our embroidered sweats, hats, slides, you name it, we got it. But the thing is, in 36 hours, this drop is gone for good. Just like with every agency drop, we do not release the same thing twice ever. So go get yourself something nice from this drop. Once it's gone, and I really don't want any of you to miss out on these dope graphics. So thank you guys so much for the love and support. Link to that is in the description as always. I'll be posting again today and streaming, so tune into that. And yeah, go get that before it's gone. Let's get back to the video. So I got 4 sets here that I think Regieleki will use to great success in the Scarlet Violet OU metagame. So first off, I have the Heavy Duty Boots set. I think that we're probably going to see this set the most. This is what Regieleki used to use back in Generation 8. Heavy Duty Boots with its electric type coverage and then, Rapid Spin or maybe last move, Ancient Power or whatnot. Because you got to remember, back in the day, Generation 8, my boy Regieleki, he was starving. Ground types came in and the best thing you could do is literally explode and take out your own Regieleki at the cost of doing 30%. We were really starving back then. However, as I said, this video is made possible by Generation 9 terrestrializing mechanics. Regieleki is now that new guy because of this mech. So, Terablast Ice, as we said many times before, ability to turn your Pokemon into any typing whatsoever. Regieleki is always turning into a Tera Ice type with the Stab Terablast, 80 base power special move. We've seen Regioleki's offensive stats before. 100 is not anything to write home about. In fact, these are pretty mediocre to below average attacking stats, at least for OU. However, because Leki does have this ability Transistor, which gives it the 1.5 extra electric moves, yes, that's right, this is the original Hadron engine, alright? All that Miraidon bullshit, those came a generation later. Regieleki is the true electric, mythical, or whatever it's called. So, you got Terablast Ice. Because it is Stab, it's actually able to take out a lot of the ground types in the current meta. Like I said before, in Generation 8, every time a Garchomp, Hippo, Landorus, T came in on Regieleki, you were basically down them on. Boom! Now with Terablast Ice, you're able to cook all of these. We look at the tier list, right? And you can kind of see just how well Regieleki is able to take on these Pokemon with perfect Volt Beam coverage. Golden Go, cooked by either Electric Move, Volt Switch, or T-Bolt, and it's not faster even with a Scarf. Chi-Yu, if Scarf is slower, packed up. Dragapult gets KO'd by Terablast Ice and is only faster if it's Scarf. Great Tusk gets packed up by that Ice. You get onto the A+ rank, and again, everybody gets Volt switched on. Ting Lu is actually quite solid as a switch-in for Terablast Ice. If you are not Choice Specs, then you're not going to really be doing much damage at all. However, I do have 3 other sets, and one of them is Choice Specs, so we will obviously go into that further. But let's break down the 4 moves immediately. So, Volt Switch and Thunderbolt are your main 2 stabs. These moves are basically mandatory on Regieleki. You really don't have room to run other stuff. Just run this every time. So, Volt Switch is your momentum move. As we said before, Regieleki, it has pretty mediocre offensive stats. However, you ain't even seen the defenses yet. If you thought the attacking stats were bad, holy shizzay, I'm about to show you something crazy. So we got 50-50 defense and SPDF. To give you an idea, my boy Squawkabilly has 51 defense and 51 SPDF. So for me to see 50-50 here, I completely forgot, honestly, that this was 50-50 defenses, because I used to use this in Gen 8 and it felt fine to me. However, Regieleki is really going to die to any normal Dragonite E-Speed, any U-Turn, any Chi-Pao Ice Spinner, Chi-Yu Dark Pulse, all those neutral moves, this is going to die to them. Which is exactly why Volt Switch is the mandatory pick on Regieleki. You bring in this fast Pokemon, you Volt Switch out, you get your initiative, you make a great use of the fact that you have this Transistor ability, which does buff your rather mediocre special attack. And in general, Regieleki just becomes a very hard-hitting, fast attacker. It becomes very annoying to a degree, right? Because we've talked about how good this Bolt Beam coverage is. In the past, you would just go to your Hippo, your Landorus, your Ferrothorn, whatever, and Regieleki gets completely shut down. Well, now all those ground types lose to Terablast Ice, and also I believe Ferrothorn is not even coming back in Pokemon Home. So that's just a double bonus for Regieleki. It could not have won more as a result. When you think about Pokemon that are coming from the past into Gen 9 and who wins the most, right now to me it's Regieleki and maybe his bro Regidrago, because all this thing needed was the ability to change typings, right? Terastallize is available to all Pokemon, but this is the one where they really were like, holy shit. All we gotta do is Terastallize this guy and it's going to the moon. And that's really what happened. This is perfect coverage now. And it gets stab on both, which I think a lot of people are gonna be forgetting. Once you turn into this ice type, yeah, you're pure ice, which defensively is, it's not that great. But you have double stab. And as I said before, Regieleki has 50-50 defenses. This is not a Pokemon that is meant to come in on attacks, do any type of support role. You bring this in on some good aggressive plays, you Volt Switch out, you kill whatever's in front of you, you bring it in, you go off the Suicide Rapid Spin, it really doesn't matter. With this type of speed, you're going to be doing a good support role for your team. In fact, I even like the fact that this has such a high speed stat, and it's actually better than if it had good defenses. Because I don't really need this thing to have like decent defenses and live 2 hits or something like that. I would rather make use of the fastest Pokemon in the metagame. We're talking about how this beats so many common Scarfers currently. Well, it's also able to beat a lot of setup Pokemon too, right? The number 1 Pokemon that Regieleki is able to beat if you go max speed timid. And this is actually why I stress you should run max speed timid. You can go modest if you want to be greedy, right? You go down to 499 speed. However, you're going to lose out on something big. And that one thing, I'm going to show you right now who that is. Iron Valiant with the booster energy. So if you do the math, max speed, Valiant hits 364 speed. With the booster energy giving it a 1.5x, it hits 546 base speed. Hello though, my boy Regieleki is at 548. So this right here is actually really incredible. The fact that this Pokemon is able to still outspeed one of the premier revenge killers in the metagame right now, right? Everybody uses Iron Valiant in the meta. It's top 5 in usage right now. And everybody loves running this Terra Ghost set with a booster energy because you're able to offensively check, Dragon Dance, Extreme Speed, D-Knight, and, different Pokemon like that. But Regieleki is able to completely beat that. So the fact that a lot of teams rely on something like this to come in, consume its item, to stop faster Pokemon, well, if you have this that just invalidates that completely, then they're using Iron Valiant, they used up their booster energy, they're down that, and then, you're just going to start Volt Switching around. This thing doesn't have good special defense either, we know that already, 74 HP, 60 Spit F, so you would just 1-hit KO it with T-Bolt, and Regieleki would basically just walk all over Valiant. I honestly think that Regieleki could rise to A+ or S rank as a threat in the metagame when it's released. Just this perfect coverage, the fact that it is going to be the fastest Pokemon in the metagame, I think this is going to be really amazing. I want to talk about the final move on this set, Rapid Spin. I told you guys before, Volt Switch, Terablast, and T-Bolt are all mandatory. You need these moves on this Pokemon, otherwise it's not worth using over something else. Terablast Ice is what you're going to have 99% of the time, but I do have to give a shout out to the potential Terablast Grass if Gastrodon and Quagsire usage do start going up as a result of Regieleki dropping down. Then we'll probably see the occasional Terablast Grass to snipe those. But for the most part, like I said, 99% of the time, we're likely going to see Terablast Ice. But back to it. So the final move. I said before, Regieleki really doesn't have too many good options. Back in Gen 8, we literally used to run Ancient Power because we didn't have anything better to run. Ancient Power is a garbage move, you're not going to run it. Again, it has 100 attack and 100 special attack, so if you're only invested in the special attack and you're timid, you're not exactly hitting hard off the physical stat. So this completely gets rid of any idea of mixed. This shit gets extreme speed, which is pretty troll considering it's the fastest shit ever, and it also has explosion. Your options are not very good, so I would say always go with Rapid Spin. We are in a hazards-intensive metagame. So many different Pokemon got spikes. Ting-Lu is here. We got Glamora, which is the most annoying shit ever. Garchomp has access to spikes, and so on and so on. We even have offensive spikers, right? Like Meowscarada. There's a lot of shit you have to take in mind. Even if stuff like Ferrothorn and Skarmory are no longer with us, there's new spikers, and so there's always going to be a new purpose or new role for Rapid Spinners to fit. And Regieleki is really good at it. Again, 548 speed. There's not a lot of Pokemon that this thing is not able to be faster than and get off the Rapid Spin. Even if you end up sacking your Regieleki to get off the spin, it might be worth it. Plus, Regieleki now has the ability to scare out all of these stupid Pokemon. In the past, Regieleki wasn't even that good of a Rapid Spinner because a lot of Pokemon, Hippo, Landorus, T, Garchomp, they were the ones getting up Stealth Rock. How the fuck is Regieleki supposed to keep hazards off in front of them? You switch it in, you Rapid Spin, you die to Earthquake. Now you're down a Mon, and they're going to get up the next turn, they're going to get the rocks up regardless. So it was never really a consistent spinner. However, now with this Terablast joint, it's going to be able to force out all these old Pokemon that used to just be able to stay in forever, and that's going to be big. So I do think Rapid Spin is far and wide the best option for the final move. Now, that's basically my wrap up on the boots set. Next up, we have specs. You can see it is the exact same 4 moves, exact same EV spread. It is just a 1-item change. Now, I think specs is really good too. Makes use of Regieleki's good unresisted coverage, right? We talk about how the whole reason Regieleki is going to be one of the best in this generation is the perfect bolt beam coverage. However, we got to keep in mind that the moves it has are not that strong base power wise, right? Volt Switch is 70, Terablast is 80, T-Bolt is 90, right? You know, it's kind of nice that they all go up a little bit, but it doesn't matter because they're all weak. My bro needed the 150 base power special attack electric move. He needed some custom joint like that, but unfortunately it doesn't have it, which is why we bring up specs. Ting-Lu, Clodsire, all these joints, they're weak to Terablast Ice. Yes, Regieleki does turn into an Ice type 2 to get the stab boost, but honestly, without specs, you're not going to be hurting them at all. Those two in specifics are not going to be taking shit. I think Ting-Lu takes like 26 to 32 from non-specs, so even with specs, you barely miss out on the 2-hit KO. You only 3-hit KO Ting-Lu. But Ting-Lu is ungodly bulky, so if you want to deal with Ting-Lu, you need to run specs. As for Clodsire, another very strong specially defensive Pokemon, specs Regieleki 2-hit KOs even the most specially defensive of Clodsires, which is really amazing. Ting-Lu is just a whole nother beast. That mon is always impossible to 1-hit KO. Regieleki, I understand you're trying your best. Really, you're a brave Pokemon, but when it comes to Ting-Lu, it's almost illegal to 2-hit KO that thing with the Terablast. So I kind of understand why Ting-Lu is able to live 2. But yeah, Clodsire, great treads, all that shit that would be able to take 2 Terra Ices if you weren't specs, those guys get completely cooked. And as I did say, you can run Terra Grass, but for the most part, Terra Ice is going to be your way to go. That is the way to go. So we talk about how this thing does have such a high-ass speed stat, but the defenses are bad. I told you all how that's still, in a way, a form of support. You don't need a tank hits to be a support Pokemon. If you're fast enough to stop a team from getting, swept by a random Shell Smash Sweeper or something like that, think about it. Regieleki beats even the most random of Pokemon that you wouldn't expect. For example, here's a Pokemon that you may see on Rain every now and then. Fucking Dreadnought. We use this on Joey's channel, right? This is a Pokemon that barely exists. Nobody really knows about this. Jolly Dreadnought, right? So this is a Pokemon you can run on your Rain team if you want to run Overflow, so, be a little creative, quirky, whatever the fuck. You have Head Smash Dreadnought. Jolly Nature hits 271. Plus 2, it hits 542 speed. Still slower than a Lecky, right? You go into Cloyster, a Pokemon that is always going to exist in every generation because of the move Shell Smash. Plus 2, Jolly Cloyster hits 524 speed. Easily outsped by Regieleki. You can see that this Pokemon is very no bullshit. Even Pokemon that plus 2 their speed are unable to deal with this. Reggie's going to force a lot of mind games. Like I said in the past, ground types could always come in and stop you from rapid spinning or doing anything. Now it forces out all these switches. You get free rapid spins. I also think we're going to find ourselves really liking specs in this next metagame because a lot of the times I think people are going to be afraid to go to their ground types. We're going to see a lot of interactions where people end up going to, like, I don't know, their specially defensive Skeledirge or their, I don't know, Magirno when it comes back, whatever, like neutral switching. And those Pokemon are going to take 40-50%, not be able to recover because you went for Volt Switch and got the momentum, and now they're fucked. Terra Ice as a whole, that's the best part about it for Regieleki. It now has a reason to actually scare these ground-type Pokemon. Before, Pokemon could blindly come in on Regieleki knowing that it's fully walled. There wasn't even hidden power back then. Regieleki didn't get knockoff, it didn't get trick. My bro got nothing to stop these ground types. He had nothing. All he could do was explode for 25% and commit Harikari. That was all he could do. And now finally, Terablast Ice allows it to actually have some kind of mind game. Let it become some kind of multi-dimensional Pokemon, which I'm very, very pleased about. Now, past this, it also has access to Thunder Cage, which is its signature move. It's like a trapping move. I haven't theorized a set with that, so I'm not going to recommend that you guys use it. However, it probably has some type of merit. I just personally haven't tested it yet, so I can't talk about it. If y'all test it and think it's good, go for it. But yeah, Boots and Specs, those are my first 2 sets. These are majoritarily going to be used. Like, these are the best sets by far. However, there are 2 other sets that I would like to discuss. Bandit. Now, I had to show this set some love. Regieleki does have some good moves. Extreme Speed. It does have Explosion as well. Wild Charge is a stab move, and then I thought, well, shit, because Terablast can go on both sides of the spectrum, we might as well have that Terablast physical. 80 base power. It might as well be Ice Spinner. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this with complete honesty. Bandit has a purpose, but this shit is kind of memes. As far as it goes, Specs is just superior, right? We look back at the tier list so we can compare it I don't see a big reason for why you would want physical over special looking at the Pokemon here. Do you guys? Goldengo, hit harder by on the special side. Chi-Yu, yeah, you Oko Chi-Yu with a Bandit Wild Charge, which is true, but you can just Volt Switch on Chi-Yu or also wait for it to get banned in a couple weeks. Dragapult, same shit. Terablast Ice on either side is the same thing. Great Tusk, see, this is where the shit starts getting dicey, right? While you would have enjoyed hitting Great Tusk with a heavy-duty Boots Terablast Ice for 90, or with the Specs one for the clear Oko, you need to understand that Terablast Ice off the physical side is probably going to do like 40% to Great Tusk. 40%. You need to understand that my boy Tusk has fucking 430 HP or whatever, and 397 defense. Like, this is not going to take anything from Terablast Physical Ice, which is annoying. I think you just clearly run special. This set does have meme potential. You can even go Terra Normal E-Speed, right? And you can have Dragonite at home. But let me tell you something. This, if you ever think, let me run Terra Normal Regieleki, hold on, let me respecify. If you ever think, let me run any Regieleki that's not Terra Ice, let me stop you right there, young one. That right there is drinking the Kool-Aid. Do not run any Terra on a Leki that's not Ice, my brother. We need to kill these ground types. Regieleki was plagued by these for years. You gotta understand, years. Now we finally have a move that automatically beats ground type. I'll be damned if I see any of you clowns pull up with Terra Normal, click Extreme Speed, and then do 20% to Tusk. You wanna know what's gonna happen next? You're gonna take out the Akimbos and shoot your laptop because you're gonna be like, what the fuck? I thought I was Dragonite. No, you're not Dragonite. Dragonite, that's literally the new Arceus Normal with Silk Scarf, turning into a normal type. I'll tell you one other mon that's coming around in home that does Extreme Speed better. This shit. This guy might turn into a normal type and E-Speed everybody. That's fine. This, D-Knight, those are better users of it. Do not Terra Normal. I want to see none of y'all Terra Normaling your Regieleki. If I find out when this thing comes around that any of you are Terra Normaling and E-Speeding ground types for 28%, I'm going to be very, very outraged. But yeah, banned is more memes. It's just like fun. You can bait the occasional Blissey. Slow King G is going to come back at some point, and then you're going to be able to one-hit KO that. But dude, it has perfect coverage now. Just Volt Switch on your counter and call it a day. I really think that if you want to use a physical-oriented electric type, you have so many better options. There's Palmot, there's Iron Hands. Those are not bad Pokemon by any means in the metagame. They have their purpose. So, yeah, Bandit is fun, but it's just so much superior to run heavy-duty boots or specs. Heavy-duty boots and specs are like the same, in my opinion, in terms of viability, too. Look at Pokemon like Chien-Pao and Chi-Yu. These Pokemon are at the top of the metagame, and all their sets run the same moves. They just have very slight differences. Like Chi-Yu, for example, it's either Specs or it's Scarf, and then some of them are Boots. All three of those sets are amazing, but it's clearly Specs is the best one. Look at Chen. Chen, hella sets, but it's very clearly that like Bandit is the best one with Terra Dark. That's how I feel about Regieleki. These two, amazing sets, but I would say Boots just barely inches it out, and then Bandit is just, like, you can use it for fun. It's not bad, but it's definitely not good. I also want to say that there's been rumors that Rising Voltage is back. That's what I was told. Regardless if Rising Voltage is back or not, I heard the Tapus aren't coming back. I think Rising Voltage isn't back. However, all I'm going to say about that is if Rising Voltage does return, like I said, Coco I heard isn't coming back, which leaves you with one option to power up your Rising Voltage. This little shit. I'm going to tell you something. Folks. If you run Regieleki plus Pincurchin, aka 2 pure electric types on your overused team, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. You are crazy if you're running 2 pure electric types on your team. That's all I can say. Do not do it. Do not do it. Again, we don't know if Rising Voltage is back or not. I heard some rumors that it's out of the game's code or something. Y'all can tell me in the comments below if we know or if it's rumors or whatnot. But fuck Rising Voltage. We're not running this with Pincurchin. That is a pure normal, pure electric is not very good defensively to begin with, so we're not getting into that. And then finally, we have the Light Clay set. This is something that Regieleki did back in Generation 8. Any electric type can do this, right? We've seen Coco do this. We've seen stupid-ass Electro do this just so it could have a purpose. This is good. There's always going to be a spot for the fastest Pokemon in the game to go for support moves like this. Also, Explosion's actually good on screens because you can just take yourself off the field. That way the opponent can't stall at your screens. Of course, Rapid Spin as the support move, just to make sure you don't get owned by lead hazards, Glamora or Chomp or whatever the case is. This is always going to have its purpose. I think Grimmsnarl is like slightly better because that shit has Parting Shot now, and it pairs really well with Cyclizard. But yeah, I do have to give this a shout out regardless because it's still a set, right? It's still something that you can use, and you could probably win a game with this, you know. But I don't know. It's not as good as these other sets. So if I'm going to rank them from top to bottom, now that I think about specs more, I think it's like literally even to heavy duty boost. Heavy duty boost is just you don't have to predict, and that's a big deal, right? Like not having to predict. However, if you run into that Claude or that fucking Ting Lu, you're going to be hella mad you're not specs. Because if you have boots and you run into Ting Lu, I mean, you're only doing 26%, and you got to catch it on the switch in. Same thing with Claude. Claude can come in forever. So I think I just barely might even like spikes more. But that's also the way I play. This is a prediction-heavy mon in general. 50-50 defenses mean you can't fuck around. However, this guy has the perfect coverage. That is what we're here for. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Had a blast making it pretty quick. I know some of the stuff I may have kind of repeated myself, but it really was just Regieleki got Terra Ice. You match it up versus the rest of the metagame, it looks like it's going to be pretty good. I got some replays in this vid as well, just to kind of show you, you know, how some structures might go down. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this video, what I could improve on, what other Pokemon you want to see me do one on. And yeah, get ready for Regieleki. This shit is going to be crazy.